Okay, so we're beginning our ride, leaving the beautiful little community of Kimberley, which I just learned the other day is the highest town in Canada. Anyway, we are heading out of Kimberley and we are heading to Wardner. It's a fairly short ride today, sort of a bit of a recovery day from yesterday's grueling ride. So apparently the trail from here to Cranbrook is all paved, so that'll make for a fairly fast ride, certainly to Cranbrook anyway. Not quite as scenic as some of the riding we've done. Catherine, how does this compare to yesterday's ride?
Well, I mean, clearly we're just rolling downhill quite happily, but overall this is a nice little refreshing 20k. I think it's paved all the way between Kimberley and Cranbrook. Nice downhill roll compared to some of the rougher bits we've been on. So, like I keep saying, all part of the adventure, but this is definitely the easier little bit.
Cyclists on this path. Lovely to see.
So we've been riding for an hour already, or over an hour, and we're still on pavement. Not really complaining. It's a nice change from some of the tougher gravel we've had to contend with. After about an hour and a quarter, we're on gravel. So if the trail stays like this for our entire ride today, we'll make good time. I love seeing the Rocky Mountains off in the distance. So this is the Chief Isidore Trail. Wow, look at those mountains. Wow, this is beautiful gravel. So this is interesting. The trail has narrowed to a little patch of gravel. It's still beautifully maintained. This is the Mayuk single track section. This wasn't even on my map. My Wahoo is telling me I've gone the wrong way. I think were it not for these single track trails, we'd be riding on the highway. So this is a nice little diversion. Obviously, someone's put a lot of effort into building these little trails. Again, beautifully maintained. Looks almost Whistler-esque. Okay, so we finished the Mayuk single track. We were in there for maybe, I don't know, an hour, 40 minutes?
Okay, can I give you a bar because you're getting hangry?
Okay. So we're back on the Chief Isidore Trail, heading to Wardner, where we will stop for the day. And it's going to be about 70 kilometers. Yeah. So we've had another little detour off the Chief Isidore Trail onto another little piece of single track.
Just over here for that transition.
And now we're back on the Chief Isidore Trail by the looks of it. I'm not sure why there was that little detour.
Did you see the Wardner Bridge up ahead?
No. At least the gravel is well maintained. This has really been one of the nicer sections just in terms of the gravel quality. Obviously, this is the remains of the old highway. We're now heading into Wardner to call it a day.
They rolled out the red carpet for us today. That trail all the way from Kimberley was just absolutely gorgeous. So it was paved to Cranbrook, so for at least 25 kilometers. And then the rest of the trail was completely well maintained, well groomed. And then we even did about 17 kilometers on the Mayuk trails. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So it was a gorgeous day today.
Yeah, so today's ride, the trails really were spectacular. Yeah, so well maintained and just so rideable. We made good time today, all things considered. The ride ended up being about 70 kilometers, and I think we were riding for just over 3 hours, so we did all right. And of course, you can't beat the scenery. So, good day today.
So, we finished our lovely bike ride today, and we are back on a gravel road. And there is a method to my madness to suggest we go here, because it was either camping someplace or the Bull River Guest Ranch. So we opted for the Guest Ranch. We are sharing a lovely little cabin, so we're interested to know what that's going to be like.
We are staying at the Bull River Guest Ranch, not too far from Wardner, where we stopped our ride this afternoon. And I have to say, of all the places that we have stayed on our trip, this has to be the most spectacular. It's at the end of a gravel road, so it's a little bit of a ride or a drive. But wow, I mean, just, it's so peaceful here. And the cabins are just amazing. And you're right in the mountains. Catherine?
Beautiful here. I didn't know how amazing it was when I booked it, but this is fabulous. Beyond fabulous.
Yeah.
And your mother's happy.
Yeah. So, Bull River Guest Ranch is the place to stay if you're riding the BC Trail, and you can, if you're stopping at Wardner for the evening, as we did.
And I'm just going to come out. So that's our lovely cabin. And where is my lovely husband? My lovely husband has put his sleeping hammock between two trees outside, and he is ensconced. What are you doing, Jeremy Sayers?